I tried something a little different yesterday while I was doing some eco printing, and normally when I finish using a pad of paper like this, I'll keep it because I can use the front cover and the back cover, and it makes a nice little folder for something. But I got the idea that I thought I would try eco printing on the back side of that because I like the texture of the paper. So I did a roll yesterday, and most of the paper in here is the cover sheets from those pads. So I'm gonna unbundle this and see what we get. So I've already taken all the string off of this bundle, and I'm just gonna start unrolling here. These were just some cover sheets to protect the papers from the string. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, these were just some pages that I put in here as divider sheets, but they actually picked up quite a bit of color on there. It looks pretty good. Same thing with that one. Now these two here, these strips, they are watercolor paper that I did because I just had these leftover pieces. And you can see I used some orange cosmos on here and also some berries that my friend and student Shan gave to me. These little blue things on here. And I don't know how long the color will last, but I like the way it looks on here. And they are called, she gave me a little bag, they're called Iroquois Beauty Chokeberries. I had them in the freezer since she gave them to me last year, so. But they worked pretty well. I thawed them out yesterday and put a few on here. So that looks pretty interesting. And same thing here, I had some columbine leaves, which sometimes print a really nice rusty orange, but for some reason today they're just printing more of a yellow. But I still like the way they look on here. And then just a few more divider sheets. They were always nice because they pick up a lot of color and I can use them for my collage work. So rather than using plastic, I will always use paper as my divider sheets. Okay, so here's the first one that is on, you can see how it is on that paper from the pad. And I used a lot of spring flowers that I had pressed earlier this year because I wasn't quite ready to start eco printing when they were blooming in the garden, so I picked them and I pressed them in my old phone books that I keep just for that. And I have some daffodils on here and some grape hyacinths. Well, you can see some of the things, like here there is some, you can kind of tell that that's the bleeding heart, and this daffodil printed quite nicely. And another daffodil over here with some grape hyacinths. So it's okay. All right, and then these cover sheets, I used some deli paper to see what would print off on those. And a little bit. These were some weeds that I found, little yellow weeds when I was taking a walk one day, and some sweet woodruff. So and that's just more deli paper, the divider sheet. And then here's another paper from the back of one of the pads. And I had some Giacometti clematis that I put on here, kind of brown, didn't really print like the blue I was thinking it might, but it still gives me a nice outline of the flower. And this was a geranium that I actually found in a parking lot when I was grocery shopping, so I picked that up, and it's kind of brown, but it gives a nice outline of the flower. And the daffodils seem to do quite well. They print really nicely. And then over here are just some little weeds that I had found when I was out taking a walk, and some forget-me-nots right here, and some sweet woodruff down here that printed. More divider sheets. And I love how the daffodils are printing on here. And I'm getting a little bit of the blue color from the grape hyacinths. And a woodland hyacinth, well, that I have gotten nice results from those before, but on this paper it didn't do much here. And this was a red tulip that I had saved. And then let's see what they look like on the pad paper. You can see a lot more of the blue from the grape hyacinth, nice yellow colors from the daffodils. These are some weeds, little dianthus. And this is what the tulip printed as. I mean, this will look a little bit different once it dries, but you know, you did get a little bit of an outline of the tulip on there. And then I think I have one more. Divider paper. And I have a lot of the sensitive ferns in my backyard, and they print really well. And you can see a little bit of the bleed through. I'm picking up some of the morning glory color and some of the orange cosmos color there. And look how nice and orangey brown that came. I think I dipped that one in some iron water before I placed that on the paper, so that's why it has a nice color change like that. And some of my featherleaf maples from one of my trees I have out in the front. And they kind of almost printed like a little bit of a bluish color, if you can see that. And then again, I've got the morning glory and the orange cosmos that are bleeding through. And these are some astilbe leaves. You can really see the speckle part of that. That's the underside of the leaf where they call that the stomato, and that's where the pores are on the leaf. So you can really see the little speckles from the pores. And these few are from a new birch tree that I planted last year. It's a river birch. So it's gotten big enough so I feel like I can take a few leaves off of it without hurting it. So, and again, there's my featherleaf maple. So this page came out really well. I like this one. There's a lot of nice color that's showing on here.